According to research by Ramsey Solutions, 45% of Americans have less than $1,000 saved up for emergencies. If you too are in such an alarming situation, you must take action now. Here's how quickly you can save $10,000 this very year and not spiral into a debt trap in the face of an emergency. 1. Start now. People say finance is all about money, but in reality, it is all about time. A dollar is worth more today and worth less tomorrow. A dollar invested today amounts to more money in 10 years than a dollar invested tomorrow. But while it is a mathematical fact, the actual reality is far from it. A shocking piece of statistics will blow your mind. More than 20% of American adults regretted not saving for their retirement early enough. And still, 22% of Americans did not contribute anything to their retirement savings in 2022. Delaying savings means pushing your goal much further than it is today. Even Warren Buffett's first advice to anyone wanting to be rich is to start young. So if you want to achieve any financial goal, you have to start right at this moment. 2. Keep a budget. Having a budget is the easiest way to know what you can spend and what you can save. But there is another secret benefit of budgeting. It keeps track of your non-essential spending. According to research by OnePoll, an average American ends up spending close to $1,500 a month on things he doesn't need, which translates to an annual spending of $18,000, much more than the total $10,000 savings goal we are targeting here. So if you can only cut down on your non-essential expenditures, you can easily achieve the $10,000 savings goal this year. And this is where budgeting comes in. Think of your budget as a set of 3 buckets, one each for spending, savings, and investing. Now think of how much water or money you would like to pour into any of these buckets. But keep in mind, you have limited water, and if you overfill the spending bucket, you will have nothing left for savings and investing buckets. That's exactly how personal finance works. The more you spend today, the less you are left for tomorrow. And the more you save and invest today, the more you are left with tomorrow. 3. Pay yourself first. Most of us think that we should repay our debts as fast as we can. However, debt repayment should make you debt-free, not force you into taking on more debt. This is why before repaying your debt, ensure that all your necessary expenses are taken care of. For example, if you travel to work every day, make sure you get gas to last you the whole week the moment your salary comes in. Most of us make the mistake of not putting in money where it's necessary and later end up using our credit cards because we have spent all our cash on non-essential purchases. This adds to our outstanding balance, and with such high credit card interest rates, we never have enough left to save. Therefore, instead of using your card, get a full week's gas and groceries and transfer 25% of your rent and utilities to a separate bank account every week. Whatever's left after that is available to repay your debt, save, and spend on the non-essentials. 4. Repay your debt. Once you have paid yourself, that is, all your necessary expenses are met, use the leftover money to repay your debt. There's no harm if you don't party with friends or go on vacations for some months. The sooner you repay your debt, the lower you pay in interest and the more money you are left with to save. However, don't be naive while repaying your debt. Keep an eye out on how you can reduce these repayments. Maybe interest rates have fallen since you took out the loan, so you should look for refinancing opportunities. Or maybe you can transfer your credit card balance to a lower interest card with 0% APR for the first initial few months. If you are lucky, you might even find some debt consolidation plans to simplify the repayment process and also save on interest. Most importantly, being financially literate helps you in every aspect of your life. You'll want to check interest rates frequently to see if you can save money on your debt repayments. Also, you can find out more about personal finance by watching Retire Rich videos. Every dollar that you save will bring you closer to your $10,000 savings goal. 5. Shop around for essentials. While essentials are essentials, there is no reason to overspend on them. For example, you need a home to live in, but you don't need a condo in Beverly Hills. You should compare rents and pick the most affordable one. Maybe move in with your parents if you live in the same city, or with an elderly couple with a spare room, and save on living expenses while taking care of them. Or you can even have a roommate. Just because living alone looks cooler in sitcoms doesn't mean it's cool for your finances. The same goes for your car. IKEA founder Ivan Kamprad drove a 1993 Volvo for 2 decades till it became too unsafe to drive. It doesn't matter what you can afford, a $20,000 car will take you to the office just as well as a $50,000 car. Buying secondhand or leasing can also be considered if it saves you money. 6. Reduce your savings goal. Now comes the most important part of this video. Reduce your savings goal. Don't be surprised, we are not asking you to give up and reduce your savings goal to less than $10,000 this year. All we are saying is don't think of it as a whole. Instead, break it down into smaller, more manageable chunks. Most brands use this technique to market their products. Think of an anti-acne cream commercial. They would never advertise that the cream removes acne in 15 days. Instead, they will say 2 weeks. Because consumers are more likely to buy the product when advertised to remove acne in 2 weeks instead of 15 days, as 2 weeks psychologically seems much shorter. Similarly, when you think of saving $10,000, your psychology tells you that it can't be done. But if you break it down into a daily target, you will realize how manageable it is. You have 365 days to achieve the $10,000 savings goal. So, dividing $10,000 by 365 gives you $27.40. Now, isn't that a much more manageable savings goal? If you save $27.40 every day for 365 days, you will have $10,000 by the end of the year for sure. So instead of making it a much bigger, more daunting, and unachievable goal, break it into bite-sized pieces, which are much more achievable. But keep in mind that you have to be consistent with your savings. Slowly, you'll get there. 7. Cut down on non-essentials. While $27.40 seems psychologically doable, is it even possible to save that amount each day after your essential spending and debt repayments? Let's do some numbers. According to Ladder, an average American spends $1,496 per month on non-essentials. If you want to save $10,000 this year, you need to save $833.33 per month. That's $833.33 over $1,496.52, which equals 55% of your non-essentials budget. That means you are still free to spend 45% of your non-essential spending, and that's not a big change. If you look at this list, there are many duplicates such as cable, streaming services, and music subscriptions. But you only have limited entertainment time, so most of the time these services go unused. Therefore, instead of spending on all these together, spend on them one at a time. Similarly, you can cut down on a lot of these expenses, so let's run the new numbers. To reach your goal, you have to only make small cutbacks or lifestyle changes, such as 1. Eat out only half the time. 2. Reduce alcohol consumption to 40%. 3. Don't buy things you don't need. 4. Reduce grooming expenses by half. 5. Follow free fitness regimes such as running or hiking. 6. Do not spend on paid apps. 7. Go for free music services like YouTube. 8. Make coffee at home half the time. And just by doing that, you can easily save $833.33 a month or $27.40 a day. 8. Earn more. While being frugal is always a great way to go about meeting your savings goal, you can't live in this world for free. Unless you have absolutely no non-essential expenses, saving $27.40 a day is unlikely. However, what if you could spend the same way and still be able to save $27.47 a day? That's very much possible if you take up some side hustles. Maybe you love to write, so become a freelance writer. Maybe you can tutor children, walk dogs, or take care of the elderly in your neighborhood. Whatever you do, if you can get a side hustle that pays you $15 an hour, you can earn $30 every day just by working 2 hours a day. After taxes, if you can save $27.40, you can easily meet your daily target. So don't waste all your free time on social media and binge watching sitcoms on OTT. Get registered on freelance platforms such as Upwork or Fiverr, or run a YouTube channel like us. If you're interested, click the link in the description to get free courses. Start your side hustle today.